Alrighty, traders. Well, I've just gone ahead and gone live again just because I was a little upset that we've gone through this whole 40 minutes of broadcasting. We didn't get going. So, hey, if you just joined us for the first time, this is actually did a restart just to give back to the subscribers that actually took the time to be here for the 11 or the 10 o'clock fundamental announcement that came out for the New Zealand rate decision. We're going to go into the details of that. I want to go ahead and make sure that everything is working fine here. And so I'm going to go ahead and open it up here just to make sure that it is broadcasting. And it looks like we are broadcasting live. And I want to double check on this as I go ahead and open it up here. And it looks like we are broadcasting. There it is. Okay, it is live. It is going live. It is coming through live. And so we are live at the moment right now, which is good. And I do see some viewers coming in right now as well. So for those that joined us a little late because we did broadcast, and we're going on for about 40 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take another quick look. We're just going to do a quick summary of what we spoke about during the news report. So I'm going to just give you some information about what we spoke about during the news report, so that you can get that information before you go to bed tonight. So with that being said, I'll speak to you right after this. Alrighty, traders. Well, I do not have the chat available like I did during the live session. I don't have the chat enabled, so you can't really chat to me. But I'm going to go ahead and have a quick conversation. I'm going to summarize everything we spoke about in the previous video. Now, I do see. Okay, good. I do see some videos or see some postings coming through right now through YouTube, so I do appreciate you guys just letting me know that the video is coming through loud and clear. But also, let's go ahead and talk about what we spoke about during the actual live session. So quickly, let's just sum up. So what we did see is they kept the rates unchanged at 0.25%. No hike in the rate. So they kept the rates unchanged. We saw an immediate move to the downside, which means we saw some weaker New Zealand dollar. And so what we did is we broke it down. We went to all the different New Zealand crosses, went ahead and assessed that. And then also what I did do, if you follow me in my my Telegram account, I actually went ahead and posted my live trades that I actually have open right now. So you may want to go ahead and check that out, specifically the New Zealand CAD, which I've actually got a buy position in on that. Check out my New Zealand CAD. All I'm looking for is a 20 pip grab out of those trades. I've gone ahead and posted those in my Telegram account. Check it out. Go to my Telegram. If you don't have access to the Telegram account, you might want to go to the description inside this video, and you'll see in the description there is my Telegram account that you can get access to, and you'll be able to get connected. So go ahead and do that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, you may want to go ahead and do that. Specifically, if we go live, you want to make sure that you get access to that. And also, you want to make sure that that you smash the like button, because that's going to help us get this video out there. I really appreciate that. Go ahead and do that. And if you want to see more of these videos, more of these live sessions, and hopefully next time it works the way it's supposed to work. But if you want to see more of these live sessions, go ahead and smash the like button, because that's going to go ahead and make me I'm going to be more encouraged to go ahead and create these live sessions. So go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Now let's get into the details. And I'm going to go into the charts. And I'm going to show you exactly what we discussed during the live session. Now, I will absolutely make sure that next time we've got a live chat open. But I am going to go ahead and look at my video right now. I'm going to go into the YouTube channel right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the video itself. I'm going to go into the video right now. And I do see some comments coming through. All right, so comments coming through. So very good. Good one says it's working. Just caught you, mate. Okay, fantastic. I saw the flash crash now. Wow. Okay, good, fantastic. All right, Steve. Thank you very much. So go ahead and type up. Use the live chat, and go ahead and send messages. There we go, Denise. I see you there. All right, fantastic. So I'll go ahead and make sure that I check the chat coming up as well, so that I can go ahead and address any questions that may come up. So make sure to go ahead and use the live chat. I will go ahead and check that out as well. Now, as I go ahead and talk about the New Zealand rate decision, let's first go ahead and take a look right here. Here it is right here. We had the rate decision. They kept the rates unchanged at 0.25%. So no hike in the actual setup. Now, once we got that set up, all right, once we got that set up, what we also noticed right here is we noticed that we had the statement coming out at the same time, but the press conference is only going to come out at 11 o'clock. So that's going to come out at 11 o'clock to this evening. So we're definitely going to go check out that. Now, with that being said, I do want to, we've got about what? We've got about 9 minutes left. So we're probably going to be ready for the press conference. So we'll be able to check out the press conference as it comes out in the next 9 minutes. So while we're waiting for that, let's go into the pairs and just take a quick overview, right? Just take a quick summary of what we spoke about earlier on. So first thing, number one, if you take a look at the Aussie New Zealand dollar, we've got this big range that is in right here. We've got a lot of support coming over here. And if it holds at the support, you probably want to go ahead and start looking to buy. So if I go over here, I'm going to look on the New Zealand, on the Aussie New Zealand dollar right here. I'm going to look to start buying if we stay above that 1.0419 level, right? We can definitely go ahead and buy above that. Now, if we're going to be buying above that level, then what we're going to do is we want to start going down to the lower time frame, and we want to go ahead and look for opportunities. Now, check this out. I mean, this alone right here, isn't this fantastic? Check this out. If you look at this, if you go ahead and draw a trend line going down here, now this is a 1 hour time frame. Look at the trend line right here, all right? We had a beautiful, I mean, if you want to look to grab easy money and easy pips, all right, get prepared well before the news comes out. Check this out. We had this big sharp rally to the upside. Then we had a recovery right here to the backside right here. Look at the buy. If you bought over here, the market rallied up. Oops, sorry, my bad. The market rallied up from here. It rallied up right here. We went up 92 pips. This is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Are you kidding me? Right? This is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. We don't see those type of moves happening so quickly. But yes, fundamentals do move the market a lot more. We saw a 92 pip rally. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. With news reports like this, sometimes the brokers, no, many times the brokers will widen the spreads. You'll find it very difficult to get in. Some of the brokers lag the platform. It's really tough to trade during the actual news that's just come out within seconds. It's really tough. You're going to struggle to get your positions full. Now, we do have, though, all right, we do have an opportunity if you entered well before the time. So before the news came out, if you had positions that you had really entered into the market, you would have been filled at that point. Now, you may say, well, Big Dog, that's pretty risky getting in on a position on that. Well, if you take a look at my Telegram account and you look at the positions that I put in on the New Zealand CAD, we did that before the news came out. All right. So we actually closed out with a position. We closed out with a positive position before that, took our 20 pips. We're in on the game, and we definitely look to continue to trade that. I'm going to go into the New Zealand CAD. I'm going to explain to you our position there as well. But look over here. We're looking for price on the Aussie and New Zealand dollar to continue to rally. And so this was just a correction move, and I believe that we will still see the market move further north. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see it straight away, all right? It may take some time, and we may have the market doing something like this. We may have it close out right here. This is a 1 hour time frame, and then start working its way back down here, retest this, and then rally back up again. So it doesn't necessarily have to rally from that close, all right? We could still have some pullback. But Aussie New Zealand dollar seems to be the way to go, and seems to be bullish. Now, if I was going to enter and trade this position right here, specifically this right here, as long as it's staying above this level of resistance, which again is at 419, you want to go ahead and level in on this. So when the market pulls back, level in on this position, level in on this position, but keep making sure that your risk is always being calculated, your stop is down here. So you're protecting your position, you're getting in on this trade, but you're leveling in as the market starts to work its way back up north. There's a lot of upside potential. I always look at the upside potential, to see what the market's offering. And if you go back to the daily, go back to the daily right here, on this pair, we're looking at a upside potential of approximately, let's take a look right here from where price is trading right now. We have about 417 pips on this trade. So we've got about 417 pip opportunity as price moves back up towards the top of the range. Now that's great. Aussie New Zealand dollar, I think we're all on the same page. I think it's very easy to be able to assess what we're going to do on this. Keep buying on the dips and look for it to rally up to that level. Look at the New Zealand US dollar. New Zealand US dollar is struggling to break out the support. So what's going to happen if we close out with an indecision candle at the bottom right here? That's going to be a no-brainer too, right? If it's going to close out that point, that's going to be a no-brainer. We're going to go ahead and buy at support and continue to buy. All right? And Denise says, yes, there was a big candle, and the pound New Zealand dollar candle was over 200 pips. Yeah, we'll check that out too. Now, the problem here is, imagine trying to get in on that when the broker spreads are so wide, they're holding up your trades, they're going to slip you on a bunch of... You try and get in on those type of trades, specifically like a pound New Zealand dollar to set up with a 200 pip rally. There's going to be slippage. There's going to be spreads. You're going to deal with a lot of issues. It's just not worth it. Traders, I stopped trading fundamentals 10 years ago just because it's become very unpleasant, and it's just high pressure, high intensity. And not just that, it's just so frustrating, and I'm always fighting with the brokers after a trade like that. So I choose not to even get involved in that anymore. It's just not worth the headaches, all right? Now, if we take a look over here on the New Zealand US dollar, we have a good opportunity on the New Zealand US dollar. Because if this holds right here, if we see price holding up at this support right here, we have an upside potential right here. We have an upside potential of about 133 pips towards the next resistance. But that's not all we're expecting. We expect a break of that. And we're expecting to go up to about 381 pips. So we're going to look for it to go to the top of the range. Now, this is not a big trade opportunity. I get it. If you're saying to me, well, big dog, this is a 382 pip opportunity, not a huge opportunity right here. That's true, and that's because the daily trading range on this particular pair is very tight. It's not as big. So it will take longer to get there. And yes, it's a 382, and it's not too much to shout about. But what's nice about pairs like this is that you can put tight stops in, right? You put tight stops in, and the upside potential will be a good risk-reward ratio. That's what you're going to look at, risk versus reward. And so tighter stops, more positions in, we can load the bus up at that support, and we know the market's going to go up. Now, also, another thing that we have to consider as well, all right? When trading these type of things, we're going to also consider that when you're getting into a position like this, and it's not a very volatile pair, all right, it's not going to keep you up at night. If you're going to be using a leveling strategy, it's not going to keep you up at night that you're going to have to go ahead and, you won't be able to sleep at night because you're going to worry about your positions running 200-300 pips against you, all right? These are not those type of trades these are not those type of currencies that do that, specifically the New Zealand US dollar, so which is good. Another very important thing that I've been speaking about all week is that we are anticipating some weaker dollar. We said at the beginning of the week, if you haven't reviewed my video from Sunday, I posted a video on Sunday, and it was a Sunday open video, and that explained why we're expecting in the next few days some stronger dollar. Did everyone enjoy the stronger dollar over the last few days that we've had? Well, I think we're going to come to an end, and I spoke about that on Sunday. I said that we're expecting overall to be bearish on the dollar this week, but we're first going to see some upside rally, some short-term rally on the dollar, and that's what's happened over the last couple of days, right? So you've enjoyed that, you've seen some good moves on the dollar, but now we have to start thinking about, hey, listen here, this could come to an end. In fact, if I take a look over here, we haven't taken out the high. This is the US dollar pair right here. We have not taken out the high. All right, let me go ahead and enlarge it right here. We have not taken out the high once again. So this is going to be very important to see if we don't take out the high. If we start seeing a turnaround, and I'm seeing a nice little irregular flat pattern setting up right here, so which is perfect for a zigzag retracement move, and then creating this irregular flat that's now going to create a bearish move to the downside. Do I have confirmation yet? No, I don't. So I can't say for sure that's the top. But what I am going to say is that I'll be looking at currency pairs traded against the dollar that we'll be looking for weaker dollar setups, right? Weaker dollar setups. That's what I'm going to be doing. Now, I do also understand, and we're going to talk about that. I'm probably going to post a video again over the next couple of days. But I do also understand that some of the dollar crosses that we're looking to trade, specifically the euro US dollar, has taken out significant lows, which means that our AB swings, our AB swings that we were paying attention to, is not available anymore, right? And so we have to go ahead and reconsider whether or not we're going to hold positions and look for something else. So if that's happened, if your structure is broken, then move away from that currency pair and look for something that's holding structure and that gives you a good level of support or resistance to go ahead and trade off. All right, very important there. Now, back to the charts right here. And while I do that, I'm going to grab a bit of water because I've been speaking now for almost like an hour and a half right now. All right, so now if we take a look over here on the New Zealand JPY, and just to be clear, I think we all understand what's going on with the New Zealand US dollar, right? Is everyone clear? Go ahead and use the chat down below and go ahead and type up there if everything's clear. All right, good. Yeah, Steve says lots of beautiful patterns, formations. Yep, but there is, Steve. Now, Steve says here, this is one of those rare times. You really want to trade through the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. All right, good. Denise is clear. All right, so let's take a look at the New Zealand JPY right here. New Zealand JPY right here is holding at this key level of support right here. Now, what do you think the overall position is going to be on the New Zealand JPY? All right, type them in the chat. Type in that chat. What do you think the New Zealand JPY is going to be doing? What are we anticipating New Zealand JPY to do? Well, what I can say for you, without looking at the chat right now, what I can say for you sure is that I am going to be anticipating New Zealand JPY to head south. Now, there might be some rallies, and if there is some rallies, we'll go ahead and look to sell on the tops and sell them down, because overall, we're still expecting price to move down. Spoke about it on Sunday, as we were talking about these different New Zealand crosses, right? If you look over here, on this pair right here, we drew in the Elliott wave structure. And we said that we had a two wave right here. This is the third wave down here. So we're in the third wave looking for price to move down to the 1.618. And then at that 1.618, we're looking for a rally to the upside. So we are looking for a rally back up again. But we're looking for price to drop back down, which gives us the opportunity of, from this break right here, we're looking for price to drop down to about 220 pips. Now, 220 pips may not seem a lot of money, and I get it. But let me tell you something here. If we get a nice little rally going up for about 88 pips, now your opportunity looks like you're looking at a downside move of about 322 pips. Again, as soon as we get to resistance, we sell at resistance and head south. Now, if you say to me, big dog, I don't like 322 pips. I'm looking for those big opportunities. All right? Well, big opportunities means bigger stop losses. It means it's also going to take longer to get to those targets. These smaller setups, I know the trading ranges are smaller. So yes, we're probably going to move in the same sort of timeline as we would in a bigger move. But the thing is, with smaller time frames, tighter stops, smaller ATR distances, tighter stops, not as volatile as we would have with a bigger range, right? So it does have its pros, right? It certainly has its pros right there. Now, Denise says, yes, it looks, New Zealand JPY looks bearish, and it is. But where's the opportunity? The opportunity on this particular pair is on the retracement, right? On the retracement. If I go down to the 1 hour, let's take a look and see what it looks like. All right, so here it is right here. This is how the 1 hour looks like right here, okay? Now, we had this big bearish move. Look at this. We've had very shallow retracements. All right, if you look at this whole move to the downside, there it goes. And then small retracement, there it goes. Small retracement, there it goes. And now we're getting a little bit of a wick to the downside right here. So what we're looking for is a correction, then a sell-off, all right? And so when we get the correction, that's the time we're going to go ahead and sell. So we may see about 88, maybe 100 pip move to the upside on a correction move. And then after that, start working its way back down south. Does it make sense? All right? Does it make sense? And it's okay if you said that doesn't make sense. I'm just going to go ahead and delete your comment. That's all. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. All right, if it doesn't make sense, I won't go ahead and delete your comment. Okay, now Temporary double top, says Steve. Yes, temporary double top. It could possibly be. Let's take a look and see what Steve's looking at right here. So double top, if I look over here, double top, if you're talking about just over here on the, if you're looking at this candle right here, I wouldn't even consider that to be double tops. If that's what you're looking at there, Steve, then no, I would not agree on that being double tops. All right, this is just, it's not even something I would even consider. Okay, unless of course I was scalping. If I was scalping, it might mean something, but if I wasn't scalping, no, it would not mean anything. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at the daily on the, you know, I never looked at the Swiss franc, but I want to go to the New Zealand Canadian dollar. Check this out. Now, if you go ahead and check out my Telegram account, I did say I went ahead and traded at 87.45. I went in at 87.45. Check out the Telegram account. You'll see the post I posted there. And if you look over here on this particular setup right here, you can see that we're now back at 87. What is the price there? 87.45. So we're at my break even. Now, I did say there may be a trade that we may enter on that, but all I'm chasing after is 20 pips. So if you didn't enter on a trade already on the New Zealand CAD and you're looking for a trade opportunity, well, here's a trade opportunity. What time is it? Let me see the time here. Where's my watch? 11:07. So we've already had the press conference taking place at the moment right now. So press conference is taking place right now for the New Zealand. And we've still not seen any sort of very big moves on the currency. But what we do have right now is a buy. I'm already in. Check out the Telegram account. Show you exactly the position I'm in. I'm looking for 20 pips. So when price moves to 87.68. No, sorry, 65. So 87.65. I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. I'm out of that position. All right. So I am in on the New Zealand CAD, and I am in on a buy position. Check it out in the Telegram account. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look. So we're expecting, okay, so what are we expecting out of the New Zealand Canadian dollar? Well, I would say that there's going to be some temporary, we're still inside this wedge right now. We talk about patterns, a lot of patterns happening right now. If you talk about patterns, we can see right here that we are stuck inside this. And so if we do go up right here, this is where we're going to look to sell, because you've just come out of a head and shoulder pattern and we're testing the backside of the neckline. If this neckline holds as resistance, we'll be looking to sell once again down here and eventually looking for that breakout to go further down south. Now, would I be worried about what's currently happening right now with regards to whether or not we're going to break above this level? No. I'm going to wait for price to get there and then I'll deal with it when it gets there. The same thing if price gets down to the support. I'll wait to see what price does at that support, and then I'll make decisions at that. Okay? But what I do know is, based on my turning points that I'm seeing right now, I'm expecting price to go back up to that trend line. All right? Especially with this indecision that we're getting right now on the daily. I know it's still active, and it's there's a lot of time left in the day. So all I'm going to do is grab my 20 pips, get the heck out of Dodge. Price is now trading at 87.51, and I got in at 87.45. So I'm about 5 points in the profit right now. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next setup. The next setup is going to be on the New Zealand Swiss. I'll be honest with you, I never spoke about the New Zealand Swiss at all during the news report. We didn't look at this pair at all. But what I do like about this, check this out. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe you want to go ahead and type that in the chat. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Think about it. Check this chart out right here. All right. What do you think this chart looks like? If you look at this chart, what does it look like? What type of opportunity does it present itself right now? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds and I'm going to answer that question. All right. Give you a couple of seconds to answer that question. All right. So this is what I'm looking at right here. I can go from the top right here, all the way from the top right here, and I can draw a trend line going right down here and check what's happening right there. All right. You can see these are the things that I look for. I really love looking for these type of patterns, these type of setups, because it really creates opportunity. It helps us to be able to find good levels of support and resistance so that we can start buying at those levels so that we don't get caught up in these positions there where the market goes like 300-400 pips against us without us getting an opportunity to make some profit on that. So here is a opportunity right here. So what is it doing is it's creating a short-term opportunity for us. And so as I go ahead and take a look at the fibs going up right here, I'm going to go ahead and plot it down here and all the way up here. And I do notice that we came up with a 382 bounce right here. And we're looking for price to chase after our 1.618. So we're looking for price to go all the way up here to the top. Now, for those conservative traders, if you're really that conservative, you say, well, big dog, you know, I don't like getting in at support unless I have a confirmed entry. Well, you could do a couple of things here. All right, you can go ahead and look at draw in some trend lines going across right here. There it is there. Look at that. Ooh, wow. I mean, this trend line right here was drawn based on this, that resistance, and now it's gone ahead and tested right here. So before the news actually came out, before anything came out, we had a sell-off based on this right there. But now we're back at support right here. So now that we're back at support, we should be thinking about buying. Okay? So we've got some nice support over there. We've got nice support here, and now we've got a nice support level right here. So we've got good support right here. So we should be thinking buying. All right, we should be thinking about buying right now. Oh, snap. Look at what's happened to the New Zealand. Oh, take a look what's happened to the New Zealand CAD. Look at the price we're at. We're at 87.62. We went up to 65 already. Let me take a look at my trade. Okay. And my positions right now is I'm out. Okay. I'm out of those positions. I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what happened to my position right here. There it is. I'm going to actually go ahead and send that. I'm going to send this right now to Telegram right now so you can see that I was in that position and now I'm out. So let me go ahead and post it right here. Yep. Closed out. And we closed out with actually 40 pips. Two times 20 pip trades. And this was during the news. Right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and post that right here. Alright, there it is. Alright, so you can see I closed out with 2 of those positions on this particular account right here. Let me see what account this one. This one is a $50,000 trading account. Okay, so there it is. Gone and posted. We had 2 solid hits, 2 solid positions. We got in at 87.45 and we closed out at 87.66. So we got 21 pips out of that trade. And the other one we got a little bit, looks like we got 20 pips out of the other one. So we picked up about 41 pips on those trades. So that was a good trade setup that we picked up on that. And I did go ahead and post it now to my Telegram account. You can check it out. So there it is there. Okay. So good position on that. Good close out on that position. And now we're seeing the rally continue. We're now out of that trade. We're done with that trade. We're going to move on to the next trading opportunity that comes up on that. So we'll go ahead and take a look and see what that plays out. Now, going back to the New Zealand Swiss right here, same thing. Look for price to come up to the top right here and probably break through here. So New Zealand Swiss, we're probably going to see New Zealand Swiss continue to rally to the upside. Okay. Now, could it move south? Could it go bearish? Yes, it can. Okay. It can go bearish right here, but this is what's going to have to happen. All right, if I'm going to see this pair drop back down south, then it's going to have to go ahead and take out that low. See the low over here? Very important right here. That low right here, or at least that high right there, is matching up with this low right here. There. All right, so we've got resistance right here. We've got support right here. We should be seeing a bounce back up again. Now, if New Zealand is going to weaken, if we're going to see a weaker New Zealand dollar, like I said, we're probably going to see some short-term rallies on the New Zealand dollar, and then maybe overall still bearish on the New Zealand dollar. All right, so we may still see the New Zealand dollar overall be bearish. All right, but right now we're going to be in a bullish retracement move. We've seen a lot of bearishness in the New Zealand dollar, and now we're just in a corrective bullish move on the New Zealand dollar. Okay. Let's go to New Zealand. New Zealand. This is the Euro New Zealand. My bad. Euro New Zealand range bound. The range is actually. Let's see here. The range is about 433 pips, which is great. 433 pips is perfect if you're going to break this down to a 1 hour time frame. If you go to a 1 hour time frame right here and you look for the opportunity on this time frame, you'll be able to find a trade. Absolutely. But what's key right here is exactly what I said. we have to wait for the opportunity, right? You've got to wait for price to get up to the tops or bottoms, and then you can go ahead and trade it right there. Right now, it's probably a smart idea to stand aside and wait to see if we can get in on either support or resistance and then buy, sell at those levels, okay? And you can see the New Zealand dollar has been inside this range for some long time, all right? In fact, if I go ahead and click on this, since mid-April, so it's been about 5 months that has moved sideways, okay? So when it's at support or at resistance, it's significant, all right? It's important, all right? But what we don't want to do is we don't want to be caught up on the wrong side of that breakout, because if it does break out, it might break out for 450 pips. So if the breakout's going to take place, Euro New Zealand is known for it. If it breaks out, it just goes in one direction, doesn't come back very quickly, and you might be in that for at least 400, 500 pips before it goes ahead and pulls back. So be careful at those levels. Don't commit yourself. Don't be married to the trade. Very important right there. And then lastly, as we go ahead and take a look at the pound, pound New Zealand dollar right here. Pound New Zealand dollar, we have this upward channel line right here. We've got support and resistance right here. This looks very good if we can break below here. So we are, let's see here, we're starting to see a downside move, but it doesn't look like it's going to hold long. Looks like we may go ahead and bounce back up to the top right here. All right, there's a good chance that if we hold at the support, it's going to go back up. But for right now, what I should be thinking is pound New Zealand dollar is going to be heading south towards the trend line down here. So we're probably going to see a drop back down south here before it makes a decision. So am I worried about what it does at the trend line? Am I thinking about buying or selling right now? No. I'm going to wait for it to get to the trend line, and then at the trend line, I'll make decisions based on that, because all of the market conditions will change. There might be different news out there. So when it gets to that support, then only then we'll start thinking about something different. Okay. And let me see if there's anything else right here that I need to go ahead and communicate. Nope, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Yep, that pretty much wraps it up right here. Okay, all right. So that's the sum up of what we discussed early on during the news report. You got a little extra because we had the press conference taking place. And I've been speaking for almost now hour and a half. Hour and a half solid. So I'm pretty tired right now. We'll see everyone back in the next video. Thanks for coming in. Hey, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. If you enjoyed the session and you want to see more of these sessions, go ahead and smash the like button. Do me that favor. I would love to see 1,000 smash likes today. Go ahead and smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Have a fantastic time. Thank you very much for your patience. Appreciate that, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.